Welcome to Olympian Testing, giving you the best in water analysis. Today we're looking at birth defect research for children, and we're talking specifically about the heavy metal known as mercury. Now, you may be familiar with mercury. It definitely can appear in a lot of fish, shellfish, and there can be high levels of it in your water. So, what is it and why is it so dangerous? Well, as one of the 92 basic atomic elements, mercury occurs naturally in the environment, both in metallic and elemental state, and the metallic mercury is shiny silver-white, odorless liquid, and if heated, it's a colorless, odorless gas. It also combines with other elements, such as chlorine, sulfur, and oxygen, to form inorganic mercury compounds or salts, which are usually in the form of white powder crystals, and it also combines with carbon to make organic mercury compounds. But one in common, the one that we have to look out for especially, is methylmercury, and that's produced by microscopic organisms in the water and soil, and that is what may be contaminating the fish or shellfish or the water itself, and is dangerous for young ones. So mercury introduced in the environment from industrial sources can increase the amounts of methylmercury that these small organisms make. Now, metallic mercury is used for chlorine gas, caustic soda, thermometers, barometers. As you know, that old thermometers had mercury in them, and some still do, and metallic mercury is also used for dental amalgam fillings, salts from elemental mercury, and for things like skin lightening creams, antiseptics, and other things. But how are humans exposed is what we need to know. And they can be exposed to mercury through several different routes: organic mercury, metallic mercury, and inorganic mercury, as air pollution or deposits, open burning of waste, spills, incinerations, industries, mercury-containing fuels. Mercury enters the water or soil for natural deposits, and also methylmercury may be found in water and soil by small organisms called bacteria. And methylmercury builds up in the tissues of fish and shellfish. You might often hear, don't eat tons and tons of tuna all the time because it is high in mercury. And larger and older fish, mostly swordfish, tend to have the highest levels of mercury. And it can leach in the body from also amalgam fillings. If you've ever had cavities, they put in amalgam fillings. It can come from there. And children who are exposed to thermosil, a vaccine preservative containing mercury, if they receive multiple doses, with the total amounts of mercury levels exceeding federal guidelines. So, what does it do to pregnancy? What happens during pregnancy? So, mercury in the mother's body passes to the fetus and may accumulate there. And while the benefits of breastfeeding may be greater than possible adverse effects, mercury can pass to a nursing infant through breast milk. And very young children are more sensitive to mercury than adults. Just like lead, it can cause developmental issues. It can cause a plethora of cognitive problems as well. And that's even in small doses. It doesn't have to be an extremely high amount. Mercury's harmful effects may be passed from the mother to her baby, include brain damage, mental retardation, blindness, seizures, muteness, and lack of coordination. Children poisoned by mercury exposure after birth may develop problems of their nervous and digestive systems and suffer kidney damage. So this is extremely serious. This is something that we want to do and make sure that we test for this in the water. We test for this in every possible way to make sure that newborns are not affected. And women are not affected, because as we know, it can pass from the woman to the newborn. That's why it's always a good idea, since water is our most used resource, to always test our water for high levels of mercury to protect children and infants.